Hey. We about to dive into the nitty gritty today, man. Y'all saw the thumbnail, man. We about to dive into the NBA's biggest scandals. Welcome back to Eat, Sleep, Breathe Hoops with your boy, Nikki P, man. You know who it is. You know what it is. Appreciate y'all continuously to keep tapping in with me. And I'm going to keep churning these videos out for y'all, man. So let's get to it. The NBA is a league of legends that showcase a supreme athleticism, skill, and competition. But while the hardwood has given us unforgettable moments of glory, off the court, the league has been plagued with scandals that shook its very foundation. Today, we're diving deep into some of the most infamous controversies in NBA history. Stories of legal troubles, stories of personal failings, and moments that force players to face the consequences of their actions. So we'll jump right into it. Unfortunately, Kobe Bryant's sexual assault case back in 2003. One of the most shocking scandals in NBA history involved Kobe Bryant in 2003. The Lakers superstar at the peak of his career was accused of sexually assaulting a 19-year-old hotel employee in Colorado. The case dominated headlines for quite a while, as Kobe, one of the league's most beloved players, and already one of the all-time greatest players at that point in time, faced criminal charges that could have led to a prison sentence. While he admitted infidelity, Bryant maintained that the encounter was consensual. The criminal charges were dropped after the accuser refused to testify, and a civil suit was later settled out of court. Despite this, the scandal severely tarnished his reputation for years. Some lost faith in him, while others admired his ability to rebuild his legacy through relentless work and success on the court. But the case remains one of the darkest chapters in NBA history. And it's unfortunate that chick had to lie on him. And I think she had gotten tested, and they found out that she had been with like 2 or 3 other dudes in the same day or whatever the case was. Just a chick trying to come up, and unfortunately, domestic violence. And I think they ban you on here if you say the word. So the R word is a horrible thing that shouldn't happen. But on the flip side, another horrible thing that also shouldn't happen is guys that actually didn't do anything getting jammed up for chicks lying on them just because, whatever the reason is, if you didn't even touch the girl or do anything against the girl's will and the girl decides to lie. But yeah, that's a whole nother story, and we'll get back to these NBA scandals. Next up is Karl Malone. Karl Malone is considered one of the greatest power forwards of all time, with a smooth post game, great footwork, and for a big, one of the greatest mid-range jumpers to ever be seen in the league. But his legacy is tainted by disturbing allegations. While he was in college, Malone allegedly impregnated a 13-year-old girl, Gloria Bell, despite being a 20-year-old man. He reportedly never faced legal consequences and was absent from the child's life. That child, Demetrius Bell, went on to play in the NFL. In addition, Malone has had other children he distanced himself from as well early on in his NBA career, including twins with another woman. It wasn't until years later that he began to reconcile with his children. But his past actions have made him one of the most controversial figures in NBA history. His behavior was largely swept under the rug during his playing days, but in today's social climate, the scrutiny of his past would likely be much more intense. Next up, Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley has always been a dynamic figure, to say the least. He's been one of the most outspoken and charismatic figures in hoop as well, but his temper has gotten the best of him and has gotten him into serious trouble a few times. In 1997, Barkley was involved in an altercation at an Orlando nightclub that escalated when he threw a man through a glass window. Yeah, he actually threw a man through a glass window. When asked about the incident, Barkley famously said, "I regret we weren't on a higher floor." While his bluntness made for an entertaining soundbite, the seriousness of the incident couldn't be ignored. He was arrested and charged with aggravated battery and resisting arrest, though he avoided jail time by paying a fine and serving community service. Barkley has always been known for his "I am who I am" attitude, but this moment proved that his temper could have real consequences. Next up, Jason Kidd, one of the greatest point guards in NBA history, and one of the greatest passers in NBA history, up there with the likes of Magic and Steve Nash and Pistol Pete. You know what I'm saying? Cats like that. But his off-court actions were deeply troubling. In 2001, Kidd was arrested and pleaded guilty to domestic abuse charges after assaulting his then-wife, Jamana Kidd. Reports stated that he had a history of controlling behavior and physical abuse. He was ordered to attend anger management classes, but the relationship ultimately ended in divorce in 2007. Despite this, Kidd went on to have a successful coaching career, winning an NBA championship as an assistant coach with the Lakers, and later becoming the head coach of the Dallas Mavericks. However, his past actions still cast a shadow over his legacy. One of the most infamous brawls in sports history, the Malice at the Palace, saw Ron Artest, now known as Metta World Peace, Steven Jackson, Jermaine O'Neal, and several other players get involved in an all-out fight with fans. It started when a fan threw a drink at Artest and he charged into the stands. The chaos resulted in mass suspensions, a black eye for the NBA's reputation, and a shift in how the league handled player conduct. Washington Wizards superstar Gilbert Arenas was known for his electrifying play and ability to score with the best of them, but his career was derailed when he brought a gun into the team's locker room. The situation escalated after a dispute with teammate Javaris Crittenton, who also reportedly had a weapon. Both players were suspended, and Arenas was never the same after the scandal, proving how off-court decisions can ruin a promising career. Derrick Rose, once the youngest MVP in NBA history, faced a civil lawsuit in 2016 for allegedly participating in a sexual assault with two other men against one woman. While he was ultimately found not liable in court, the details of the case and his testimony raised concerns about his character and decision-making. This, could have very well been true or very well been another case of, a woman lying on a black man just to save face or make a name or get a paycheck. Who really knows the truth? Only they do. In conclusion, the NBA has produced some of the greatest athletes of all time, but fame and fortune don't make players immune to bad decisions and controversy. Some, like Kobe Bryant, work to rebuild their legacy, while others, like Karl Malone, remain polarizing figures due to their troubling past. From violent incidents to shocking legal cases, these scandals remind us that NBA players, no matter how talented, are still human, flawed, complex, and at times deeply problematic. While the league continues to evolve and hold players more accountable, history shows that scandals will always be part of the NBA's history. The real question is, how will future generations of players learn from the mistakes of the past? Let me know what you think about this. Did I leave a certain scandal off the list that was, high priority at one point in time, or, a headline or big news? Let me know. Let me know what y'all think about these other scandals if you have some input to add. Hop in that comment section and get at me. Once again, this is Eat, Sleep, Breathe, Hoops, and it's your boy Nikki P. And I'll be back with another one soon. Peace.